I'm going to talk about today is almost entirely taken from this book here. This is the book from which I have stolen more than any other, and I've stolen all over the place. Denny Hatch's $1 Million Mailings. It's huge. Goodness me, I'm going to see. It's 500 pages long, more than 500 pages long, and it's very heavy. And it's not cheap. But compared to the benefit you can gain from having it and referring to it, it's very, very cheap indeed. And I'm not Denny Hatch's agent. Okay. And what it says here is it's the art and science of creating money-making direct mail, including secrets of using direct mail to make money on the internet. Now, I would like to tell you that you won't just learn about direct mail, you'll learn about all sorts of things if you get this book. For me, the most valuable thing, as I say, has been I've been able to steal from it. Now, a lot of you write to me, and you send me a copy you've written, and you tend to take an idea that's been used elsewhere, and you adapt it. And very frequently you adapt it too obviously. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to take somebody else's ideas and adapt them. I'm just saying that you better be careful how you do it. If you do it too obviously, very often it doesn't work. The thing that most of you have stolen more than any other is actually described on the cover of this book as the single most successful advertisement in the history of the world. And it's the Wall Street letter, the Wall Street Journal mailing, which I believe I've analysed elsewhere. And after this I'll go to see whether it's in the vault or not, and if it isn't I'll analyse it for you. The reason why you won't just be able to steal things and why you won't just be able to learn about direct mail is because the principles that we're talking about here really do apply everywhere. And I'm going to start by looking at something which is fairly near the beginning of the book, and it's just a little insert. But the lessons from one side of that insert, the front of the insert, are so important that you really should remember them. And I'd like you to look at the PDF below to see what I'm talking about. I'm showing you two fronts of two inserts, one of which won and one of which lost. And I would like you to guess which one of these two inserts you think would have made most money. These are actually lots and lots of words on it. These were actually not inserts, they were take ones, they were things that you pick up somewhere, and this makes the point I was making before. The principles that govern these things tend to be almost identical in every case. So something that you pick up and you look at, or something that you see on a stand somewhere in a shop, or something that flops out of a magazine, they all work on the same principles. They've all got to grab your attention or they're going to lose. So you see the one on the left got lots and lots of words on it. Free book reveals the secret of thinness. And then you see there's a little freebie there. No diet, no willpower, way to weight loss. Yours free. And big headline, lose weight and keep it off. Discover the fastest way, with a lady smirking at you. Now I hope to God that you chose this one over the other one, which makes quite a number of serious mistakes. Because this one, the winner, has so many things in it that are important if you want to sell things that it's hard to ignore them. They've managed to cram on several promises or variations on a promise onto the front of this insert, and they've managed to use something very important. They've offered something free. So what are the things that make it work? Free book reveals the secret of thinness. Let me say that reveals the secret of is a phrase that you will not go far wrong using in any circumstances whatsoever. Well, obviously we're talking about lose weight, and keep it off. This of course is important because we all know that or I hope you know anyhow, that anybody can lose weight, but keeping it off is much more serious. So a great many of the people who are reading this or are attracted by this will be people who have already tried to lose weight. This is a variation on the old rule that I've mentioned before, which is that the existing customer is more likely to try than somebody else who is not an existing customer. When I say an existing customer, what I mean here is somebody who's been in the market before. Yeah? So they all know that it's damned hard to keep it off. There's a nice contrast with the way that they've got the lose weight very, very big, and then they use the handwriting to give it a bit of contrast. Then another thing they've got very, very important, they've got a lady looking at you. If you can get human beings into your stuff, believe me, it will increase your response. And they've got her standing by a set of scales, so that's a bit of a demonstration. Yeah. And lastly, we've got discover the fastest way. This is damn near perfect. And you won't be surprised to know that this publisher, Rodale, was hugely successful, and they used a great deal. One of my heroes, a man called Gene Schwartz, no longer with us unfortunately. And if you'd like to see a video of Gene Schwartz talking to executives at Rodale about his secrets, well, I've got it. You write to me and I'll try and make sure I can send it to you in my usually incompetent way. Please remember, if you ever have a problem with us, just write to me and I'll try and sort it out. So Gene Schwartz, the man who sold more books by mail order than anyone else before or since, and one of the people who taught me. And also the author of a book called Breakthrough Advertising, which many people think is the best book on the subject of advertising to get direct response ever written. Okay, now let's look at the other one. Why did it fail? Because it fails to do all the things that the other one does, and it makes some mistakes as well. It doesn't say enough. It makes a statement, lose weight on the phone. It doesn't, that's a statement. If it had said how to lose weight on the phone, I'll come to the WAIT in a minute, that would have been better, because it would mean people would want to know more. They've used a pun, weight. You know, I mean, somebody thought that was clever, and then it says on the phone, completely meaningless. It's really, really extraordinary how many things you can learn from just looking at two little designs, A and B. And I hope you won't forget some of the things I've suggested to you. Thanks for joining me.